right on top. I know that's random, but there's mayonnaise in here. I almost forgot this. I don't know how important this is to this recipe, but I use it every time just because I have it. Why do I have it? I have no idea. I don't drink espresso, but here it is. It's an espresso instant coffee. And the recipe only calls for half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. I don't know. Hey folks, today we're gonna make Oreo cookie chaffles. We're making these because they're amazing. And I tried, it's summertime, you know, these are good desserts for the summertime. Well, they're good desserts for all the time, but I love to make chaffles. I find them very satisfying to make. I don't know why. I like to stand here by my little Dash Mini and just wait until they're done. It's super, super weird, whatever. But as long as it's satisfying, who cares? Just do it. So here's what you can do with these chaffles. You can make a bunch of them. You can double the batch. Dang, I need eggs. 2 eggs. Come on. Oh, Jesus. The shit show around here, like, is forever. Okay, you need 2 eggs, too, also. I should refilm that. Okay, here's what we have. We have the Dash Mini, a bowl, whisk, wild ass cats. Okay, okay. Hey! Stop. Okay, I don't even remember where I left off. Whisk, ice cream scoop. I use this to get a consistent amount into my Dash Mini every single time. You don't have to have an ice cream scoop, but I find it helpful. Measuring spoons, bowl, and the ingredients are 2 eggs, vanilla, baking powder. This is critical. Don't be trying to use the regular stuff. I mean, it would be okay, but this is what makes it awesome. So this is the Hershey Special Dark. And then half a teaspoon of instant espresso. I don't know how necessary it is. I've always used it. Some kind of confectioner sweetener. 2 eggs, did I already say that? Y'all, for real? I know this is weird, but it calls for 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I think it's just a consistency moisture thing. I don't know. And cream cheese. Yay, we all love the cream cheese. I've made this recipe wrong the entire time that I've been making these, so I'm gonna say that I'm doing it right because the recipe calls for 4 tablespoons of cream cheese. And I've always used 4 ounces of cream cheese. Well, an ounce is different than a tablespoon, so we're just gonna go with that. I'm changing the recipe to my way. It works out great. And I am not gonna try to measure 4 tablespoons of cream cheese. Fuck that. So, okay, now we are working with dark chocolate. I got white on, I'm putting an apron on. And I'm taking my shoes off because no one needs to hear me flip-flapping around. Look at the makeup on this, that's gross. Oh my God. Okay, so the cream cheese has to be at room temperature and it is not. So, I'm gonna pop it into the microwave, the whole thing. Actually, yeah, the whole thing. Maybe half. I don't know. See, the thing is I like to make these chaffles and then have the stuffing, the filling 3 different ways. I don't want to make them 3 different ways for you guys, so I'm going to tell you about them, But what I'm really looking for right now, because it feels kind of summerish out, so half a block of cream cheese. It feels kind of summerish out, so I want to make ice cream sandwiches. Okay, here's a pet peeve. You either say sandwich properly or sandwich, which I'm totally okay with, sandwich or Sammy. What I am not okay with is people who say Samwich. What in the actual fuck is that? You just sound dumb when you say that. Sammy, that's intentional. Sandwich, wild ass cats. Sandwich, also intentional and proper. But sandwich, dumbass. Watch me get a bunch of flack for that, but for real. We'll do 25 seconds and see how that goes. Okay, let's get rolling. We need 2 eggs. 1. Really? Okay. 2. I don't need egg juice on my counter. Now when I'm cooking, I always have hot soapy water in the sink. Not that that matters to anyone. That's what my daddy did, so that's what I do. Okay, let's see how this looks. You flatten out a little bit. Ooh, okay. In a small bowl, whip up the egg. I can whip up the egg. Well, that's easy. In a small bowl, whip up the 2 eggs and then add all the rest of the ingredients. Okay, cool. 2 tablespoons of, it says black cocoa. I couldn't find black cocoa anywhere. I'm not gonna order it off Amazon. I'm just gonna use this and it works out fantastic. 1. 2, close enough. Okay, 2 tablespoons of black cocoa. 2 tablespoons of monk fruit. Confectioners sweetener, but I got cocoa all over it. Damn. See, that's why it's good to have hot soapy water, because I don't need to dirty up every damn dish. Okay, 2 tablespoons of monk fruit confectioner sweetener. All lumpy. 1. 2. I'm not super precise with this. It's just kind of a close enough. I'm not super precise with this. It's kind of a close enough situation. And I've never really had one of these turn out nasty. Watch me eat those words today. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. Right? I'm pretty precise about that. 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, see, again. So what I love about these is that you can fill them with the filling that's included with the recipe, which is delicious. It's a cream cheese frosting filling, and it's perfect. You can do that. You can fill it with Breyer's Carb Smart ice cream. Make a big old ice cream sandwich. Or you can simply whip up some heavy whipping cream. Put a little confectioner sweetener in there if you want, which I do because it's dessert, and put that in between. And it's so damn good. All 3 of them, perfect. 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Thank you. Again, not super precise. I know it's weird to have mayonnaise in here. You don't taste it. I swear to God, you don't taste it. Half a teaspoon of instant coffee. This says instant coffee powder. Somewhere I read espresso. So instant coffee, I guess, is fine. It gives a richness to it. This is espresso. And vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. One, 2 messy teaspoons of vanilla. I always like to set the ingredients that I'm done with off to the side so I don't fuck it up. All right, now I'm gonna whisk this up before I put in the cream cheese. Good call on the apron. So what I like to do, let's not dirty up everything in the house. What I like to do is kind of get the cream cheese going first, make it all, you know, nice and soft. Just in case there's any lumps in here. I mean, it's still gonna taste good even if there's lumps in here, but this is just what I do to get everything to come together properly. Okay, looking good. Looking good. So I'm just gonna, can you just sit right there, please? I'll be flipping off again. Okay. Get your cream cheese in here. And then mix this in. Make sure to get those sides. Get all that goodness. So it looks kind of like cake batter. All right, we're gonna scrape down the sides. Watch this thing flip over again. I feel like this is my first time in the freaking kitchen. Okay, let me get something to set this down. It's like a One Stooge kitchen show. Oh, cool, just drip all over. That's fine. All right, scrape down your sides. Scrape down your spatula. Give it one last little spin, one last little whisk. Okay, we're gonna plug in our Dash Mini. You don't need to add any grease or anything to the inside of this because it's non-stick. Okay, plug it in. Once this little light on top goes off, then we're ready to go. You're also gonna need a cooling rack. I don't know why I'm talking so loud this time. Cooling rack and a fork to get them off the hot plate, the Dash Mini. Take this opportunity to clean up any messes. So real quick while this is heating up, I am not gonna make the cream cheese filling that's included with the recipe because I want ice cream sandwiches. So I'm gonna put this away. I will include the recipe for this. It's super easy. It's just cream cheese, vanilla, and confectioner sugar. And you can make this really pretty too. Like you could put a couple of strawberries off to the side or top it with a raspberry. If you use the Lancanto confectioner sweetener, you could take like a little one of these, whatever the little strainer thing, and just tap a couple of taps over that so it looks like a little snow. And I say Lancanto sweetener for that because Swerve sweetener has a weird color to it. It's like, well, maybe it would work out. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. I guess when it's in the bowl, it just doesn't look as white as Lancanto, so that's fine. Okay, I can smell that. Smell the heat. I wasn't paying attention if this went off. It's kind of hard to tell if it goes off or not. Divide the batter into 3 and pour each in a mini waffle maker and cook it for 2.5 to 3 minutes until it's fully cooked. So I have 2 tablespoons per chaffle. I don't do that. I don't divide. If you divide this into 3, that's not going to work out. It's going to be all over the edges. So I have 2 tablespoons per chaffle. Now you can use this, which is what I do just because it has that little thumb action deal in it and it scrapes it out a little bit. It's not a full scoop. So don't do that. What you can do is take your tablespoon and put 2 in there so you can visually see. I guess let's just do that. I don't have another tablespoon. You know what? I was just thinking, why even waste washing this? All right, 2 of these, 2 tablespoons. It's a little drippy. 1, 2, and you don't need to scrape it all the way out. And then close the lid. Guess I should have filmed that. And then what you're gonna wanna do is watch for the steam. Okay, the light just popped back on. Watch for the steam to come, and then when the steam kind of dissipates and is gone, it won't be all the way gone, because if it's all the way gone, your shit's burning up. But once the steam kind of is gone, then that's done. And then you can pull it off, put it on the cooling rack, and just let it sit until we're ready to put them all together. So you see, that's got a lot of steam coming off of it. You're not gonna want, you're gonna see just a little bit of steam coming off of it when it's done. See how there's just a little bit of steam coming off of that now? That's what we want to see. Looking good. Kind of lift it up and get your fork underneath it, and then quickly and gently set it down. You don't even have to mash it around. It'll just spread out on its own. I'm not quite sure what it is about making chaffles that I find so satisfying. Maybe, I don't know, but I love doing it. But what I love more than making chaffles is eating them. Okay, we're down to the last one. And this is about how much we have left. Ooh, I can't even get up there. I'm afraid this one's gonna be huge. I already see it creeping towards the edge. Oh no. So the recipe says that you're gonna get 3 chaffles. I don't know if because I don't like the stuff running all out of the edges and stuff. So, you know, out of the edges of the machine. So I tend to get, well, in this batch, I'm gonna get 4, maybe 4.5. And you can see, I don't want to pick that one up because it's still hot, but you can see maybe that you can kind of see through these a little bit in some areas, and that's fine with me. That just makes for good little ice cream drips, or squishing through, or the whipped topping squishing through. But we're gonna have enough, I think. I don't know if that's enough for a whole one, but I'm making it. I'm not gonna waste it, that's for sure. I'll just leave that tipped up. It's probably in the way. Oh well. Watch this come crashing down, and then it will just scare the shit out of me. So when we put these together, if you make the cream cheese filling, that's delicious. Honestly, that's way better than an Oreo cookie. Plus, it's big. These are huge. You know, these are big. It's super delicious. Better than an Oreo cookie. Oreo cookies, the center of an Oreo cookie is really just tastes sweet. It doesn't taste like anything special. Well, cream cheese, that's the shit. That's my favorite. Cream cheese. A cream cheese frosting filling is my absolute favorite. So that's really good. If you whip up some heavy whipping cream to put this in here, then this is gonna taste just like a Suzy Q. Y'all remember the Suzy Q? And you can freeze that also, so that would be good. I don't know what frozen heavy whipping cream is like. I don't know. Also, in this case, we're going to, once these are cooled off, we're going to fill these with Breyer's Carb Smart vanilla ice cream and stack them up and put them in the freezer. When these outside pieces of chaffle are frozen, you can still bite through them. They're not rock hard. They're just a little bit more dense, so they're fantastic. So it's literally just like an ice cream sandwich. Also, what you could do is, if you didn't want to make a decision, or you want to have these several different ways, go ahead and just stack these up. I put parchment paper in between each layer, just because I don't want to have to pick it apart if they stick together. Put some parchment paper in between each layer, throw them in the freezer, and then decide on a whim what you're going to do. You can pull out one or two and whip up some heavy whipping cream, or mash up some cream cheese with sweetener, or slap some ice cream on it, and you're good to go. Oh, that was perfect. Ooh, I thought that was going to squeeze out the edges, and it did not. Yay. Okay, let's see what we get here. Might be a lacy one, but I don't care. Oh yeah, that's going to be thin. That's okay. I could probably get a little more in there. I don't know if I want to work that hard. Come on. All right, that's good enough. Looks like there's no steam. Yeah, this one's a little lacy, but this kind of stuff, when it's like that, looks like snowflake, number one. So think winter and cute Christmas something. So I feel like the little lacy ones like that aren't a full chaffle is a good opportunity for the person who cooked these to give it a taste test, which I'm not going to do because it's 10 o'clock in the morning, so I am not going to do that, but I'll save it. And it's a good little taste test. You can just slap some ice cream in there, fold it in half, knock it back, and then be proud of what you made. Okay, our chaffles have cooled. I'm going to load these up with Breyer's Carb Smart ice cream. Then I'm going to layer them into a container, put a lid on them, and knock them back whenever I feel like it. This is ice cream. Now, I just found out that Breyer's has a few different flavors of this. So there's vanilla and chocolate, and then I just tried the mint fudge cookie, because it's on sale at Hy-Vee, 2 for $6. That mint ice cream would also be really good in this application. So I'm just going to use a regular spoon, stack them up, slap them together, and get them in the container. Nothing fancy. See, this is what's great about Carb Smart ice cream is you can just, wow, throw it around, number one. It just, you know, a lot of keto ice creams tend to be really, really hard and funny, not tasting. They taste good, but they have like a weird texture to them. So, oh my God, I'm just gonna slap it all over. Now you can just freeze these just like this and then get them out as you need them and make your sandwich. I am going to just get them ready. I'm gonna load them up real good with ice cream. Look at that, yum. And then I'm just gonna put it in here. Pop them back in the freezer. And eat them whenever I feel like it. And don't be all stingy with your ice cream. Kind of mash it down a little bit. Ooh, I hope these fit. I have little pieces of parchment paper. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I tried, one of you subscribers said that their favorite, well, I got that loaded up good. Mash it down. That. Said that their, oh, it doesn't fit. Shit. I wonder if I could stack them. I'm gonna try to stack them upright because they're not fitting. Will it fit that way? Dang. No, kind of. Shh. Welcome to the shit show, folks. Okay. Okay, we can get at least one more in there. Right? Okay. Oh, we're gonna make that work. I gotta smash it a little bit, whatever. Okay, so one of you subscribers mentioned that their favorite ice cream is, there we go. Oh, my hands are all sticky. Just got them stacked up like that. Throw the lid on it. Here, stack them up, put a lid on it, pop them in the freezer, eat them whenever you're ready. And then this is a little random one. I'm just gonna tuck that in on the side and I can eat that whenever I feel like it. Ooh, mash it down a little bit. Sorry, Chaffles. I have a bigger one of these downstairs. I'm just too lazy to go get it. Pop this in the freezer, ready when you are. The brand that one of my subscribers said was their favorite. So I tried this last night, and on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give it probably a 3.5. Okay, first of all, I'm not gonna eat one right now because I'm eating mine first. This is one ice cream sandwich, and it is thick. I have to eat it like an apple. I can't fit this whole thing in my mouth. Now, all you nasty people, don't. That's what she said. Okay, in the cookie portion of it, the stuffed cookie portion, isn't that good. It's like a sweet-ish cookie. It doesn't really taste like chocolate like it should. The ice cream part of it is that weird textured keto ice cream. It's kind of dry, but then when you get it in your mouth and it melts a little bit, then it's creamy. So it's just weird. The whole Breyer's the Carb Smart ice cream is like legit ice cream. Like legit. The mouthfeel is the same. It spoons out the same. This stuff, this is hard. Those chaffles that we just made, well, they're not frozen right now, but even when they're frozen, it's not like little rocks. Okay, so that's it for today, people. I hope you like these. I hope you give them a try. I think that they are super satisfying. I don't like to give you guys recipes that are just average. And to me, I think these Oreo chaffles are above average. And they're not hard to make, which is great. And you have a bunch of options with, dress them up, dress them down. I have I have the recipe, my recipe, and the original recipe, which I tweaked slightly. I just think that maybe she typed it up wrong and no one ever said anything about it. I don't know. Anyway, I've got my recipe in there. You can double it to make way more and then just have fun with making those super satisfying chaffles. I think the part that I like about making them the best is taking the fork and lifting it off and putting it on the cooling rack. It just blows my mind that something that liquidy can turn into a cookie/cake-like substance. It just kind of blows my mind. What's up? PayPal. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's it for this week's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Let food be that medicine. And this is some good-ass medicine, right?